Hi, welcome to the Vaguely Anime Podcast. I am one of the hosts this afternoon, Michael, followed by the other host, Kat.
Hello.
It's been a minute,
Yeah.
technically,
Yeah.
because we recorded the Anime Club technically when we were doing this last week, but there's basically been like almost 10 episodes without you.
Yeah. Wait. So when does this happen?
So this is 4 weeks after the Anime Club.
Okay.
So it was, I think, 3 before Anime Club.
So where is the big gap of me not existing before Anime Club?
Technically, it's after.
I
think it's 2 before, 3 after.
Well, actually, there shouldn't be too much of a gap because of Anime Club always existing.
Right. I think it's 2 before and then 3 after. Because obviously we recorded out of order, which also made me forget when Anime Club was for this week. I thought we had Anime Club this week.
I mean, that was fine. I'm almost done.
Yeah.
And I've already seen it.
It's 11 episodes, so
yeah.
it's a quick watch.
I'm on the last episode right now, so.
Yeah. Which, funny bit, I've always said I have no idea who has my Crunchyroll account anymore. I've given my account information to so many people over the years. Because when I first got one, when I was like, I think pre-college, I was like, anyone that was slightly interested, I'm like, here, take this so you can watch something and I can talk to you about it. And so all these years later, Crunchyroll just released profiles for accounts. And
Is there a certain amount of profiles there can be, though?
Probably. But I, 2-3 days ago, whenever that was, I turned on my Crunchyroll since they put that on, and there were 4 accounts, one including me. And I was like, I know 3 of these names, not one other.
I was also wondering who that was, but I was just like, I'm sure that's like a Texas person.
Literally no idea. There was one name out of the 4 that I was like, I have no idea who you are. And clearly they were the first one to make a profile before anyone else. They were. So they got on it fairly often.
Yeah. And then to have the balls to whoever they are.
I mean, hey, at least they made a profile so they don't fuck with my thing.
No, I know, but so they're watching very often. I'm going to go on their profile and see what they're watching because when we were all on it and it was a clusterfuck of
so much.
So often I didn't watch on there because of that. I tried. A lot of the times I watched on Funimation because most people weren't watching on Funimation.
Most people that used my Funimation was me.
Yeah,
So.
I purposely went to Funimation because most people weren't on there, so I didn't have to deal with people, the episodes being messed up or things. So I would purposely go there. Obviously, not an option. So it was great that they did the profiles. But and even so, watching illegitimately and other options or Hulu or whatever it's on Disney Plus has some of the just finding different things. I tried to watch the Netflix, watch it on whatever I could to not watch it on there. If it was a show that nobody was watching, obviously it's not a big deal. But if it was a show that somebody My Hero was always a difficult one. If it's a show that somebody else was watching, it was always difficult. So since other people exist that we didn't even know existed, I'm gonna go stalk their profile. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna see what they're doing because, like you said, they're on it often enough that
they were the first to make a profile.
Yeah, and then. So I want to see what they're watching.
I always made the joke that I was like, I'm so curious if I changed my password. How many people I've not talked to in months would message me and be like,
would they message you or would they just get locked out?
I don't know. If they use it often enough, I feel like they might be like, hey. I've always been so curious if I changed it, if anyone would.
You should.
Yeah.
I want to know.
Yeah.
I think that'd be fun. So we can have a tally count.
It would be a pretty good bit, but also then I'd have to have a new password. Yeah.
change it and like add like an exclamation point at the end. So it's like
someone
barely
could probably
changed.
figure that one out.
Barely changed.
But
that's fine because
or we
some
just
people,
figure out how many people make profiles
But I think that there's gonna be a lot of people who don't.
and just use mine.
Yeah.
I should make my own second one. That's a fake name.
Or they'll just
so that way nobody goes on that one.
Or they'll just like, you know, they'll just like pick somebody. I don't know. Like, I don't know what they'll do. Like,
so many people have that
because
account. It's just innumerable how many people will use it.
with like the profiles, and if I think I would just use yours. Like, if I didn't talk to you anymore, but I was still using yours, like, I think I would just use your profile. Like, I don't think I would.
Right.
I'm not going to go on, like, somebody I don't know. Also, I was very upset because I was looking through the different pictures, and I don't like most of them. I was like, these are shitty options.
I looked through them, and I was like, oh, there were, like, a little handful of some that I might have picked, but the one I have wasn't an option anymore.
Oh, so you couldn't change it.
Well, so I was like, if I change it, I can't get it back.
So
and I was
like, you're stuck.
So I was like, well, I gotta keep it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a limited edition or
I guess
whatever.
so.
Plus,
You're
I like
lucky-
it. I like the beanie and I like the
didn't
little
see
design.
it, so that makes sense. I was
Yeah.
like, where did this even come from? But I didn't look that hard either.
Yeah, no, it was because it was one that I set like forever ago,
Oh,
like years
okay.
ago. So
Yeah.
I assume that they just like updated in a way that they just don't have it anymore.
I
But if
guess
you had
so.
it, it just carried over.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, well, I gotta keep it.
Yeah, I was looking through them, and I was like,
Who's yours again?
Gojo.
Right.
I was just like, I don't want those of these. Like, it's just like, what shows did they have?
They had a Gundam one. I'm pretty sure that's what Eamon's is.
I was thinking about doing Rent a Girlfriend,
Oh, God.
but I couldn't decide which one I wanted. So I went Gojo because I couldn't decide if I wanted Chizuru or Sumi. And I haven't watched the newest season, but I really like the design of the newest girl. But I just don't know who the fuck she is.
All I hear is that show just gets worse and worse.
I mean, the only reason that I hear that it's worse is it just doesn't progress. Like,
Hey, we've maxed out on profiles, I think.
oh, was it 4?
It is 5.
Oh.
Colin has joined.
For wow, I can't believe it max 5 is such a fucking like random number. And for the fact of this random person, you don't even know who they are. Like, it's just someone from your past that like, and they get a profile. Not even like one of your, like, Sage doesn't get a profile.
Yeah. They have One Piece, Solo Leveling, Jujutsu Kaisen, Free Ren, which, by the way, I started watching that show. Awesome.
I hear mixed things.
I've only ever heard good
either
things.
people find it boring or it's like the best thing they've ever seen in their life, and I'm like, I don't understand
I'm
how
really
it's
liking it so far.
how it's
I get
so on the opposite side of the
I
scales.
guess I could see how people find it boring.
I
but
guess if it's just so not your thing, or like,
yeah, like I mean, it's
I don't even know
it's
what
a little
it's
more
about.
it's a little more like I hesitate to use this describer, but like a little more like heady, like you have to, because it's
a lot of thinking.
not like, it's more that like it's just that the problems require more than just they punch things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's about an elf that lives forever,
Yes.
ostensibly,
Yeah.
and it's just about her. Like, the beginning of the show is, hey, they solved the problem. The Demon King is dead, and she was part of this party. And then they're like watching a meteor shower or some kind of event, and she's like, hey, next time it comes around, I'll show you a better spot because this spot sucks. And the rest of her party are like, that's in like 50 years. What do you mean? And she's like, yeah, I'll see you in a little bit. And they're like,
We'll be dead.
and they're like, okay. And so like she comes back and they're all fucking super old. And so like when each of them kind of starts like passing, it's like she's coming to realize that she didn't really get to know any of them, because to her, the time is so short that like, but it doesn't mean anything to her. The time is short. So like it's her coming to realize that like time is important for anyone that's not her.
Yeah.
And so she's like trying to like
Are there
do
not...
right by them.
Wait, so is she the only one who lives forever?
She's the only elf. There is
okay.
That
was my next question.
No, there is a what I think is ostensibly a dwarf that lives longer, but he also is like still aging to an extent. Like he's still getting very old and like, but he lives a bit longer than everybody else. Mm-hmm. Which you find out in the first episode because he's already kind of older than everybody else. But yeah, she ostensibly lives forever, and so now it's her just like coming to realize that she does care and like that living the life she was is not the mood. Is not the move.
Sounds like a sad show.
It is really sad. It's supposed to be sad, but it's also really good.
I don't know if I want to watch this show just because I don't want to be sad.
No, but like it's nice. Like there's a lot of heartfelt moments, and she like she kind of like gains a new party as she like goes and is like teaching people. It's really nice. It's sad, but like it's nice. That's mostly how everyone's described the show. That it's great because it's really sad, but also really nice.
You say so.
Also, the action's pretty nice when it shows up. It's pretty good, pretty well animated. Anyway, Attack on Titan, Mushoku Tensei, Spy Family, Chainsaw Man, Bocchi the Rock, Apothecary Diaries, High Card, Dress Up Darling, Metallic Rogue or Rouge, one of those two.
Oh, is that the new show? Like I saw that everywhere. That's like the newest thing they're pushing. I think that's the one, right?
I think so. Anyway, yeah, I mean, there's a few options, but like if I were to pick anything, it'd probably end up being like an Anya or something.
I was thinking about picking like Mao Mao, but I haven't finished Apothecary Diaries.
Oh no, Eamon's thing is from Solo Leveling.
So I was like, meh. What did he pick?
A character from Solo Leveling.
Yeah, which one?
Oh.
I finished Solo Leveling.
I never watched Solo Leveling, so.
Oh. So let me see.
Oh, it's the red-haired dude.
Oh. Yeah, he's one of the guild leaders.
Yeah, anyway, I think so we've hit our limit, I guess. At 5.
So you can't make your fake profile?
Nah, yeah, I guess not. I'll just use yours.
That's your fake profile?
Yeah.
My profile?
But anyway, I thought that was pretty funny that just random person like whoever you are.
Well, now I wonder how many people went on to make a profile and couldn't.
Well, I don't know when Colin made his, but I feel like I was using Crunchyroll like 2 or 3 days ago and it was still 4. So,
oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was watching Spice and Wolf. It's back. And it is great. And they got the original dub cast back. Basically, everyone that worked on the original show is back. It's great. I love it. And it's really good.
I'm sure it's boring.
Well, you'll find out when the 25 episodes are done.
Don't do this.
I will, just like I did with... Well, I will with Trigun. I think that's going to be my next show I recommend is the new Trigun.
But what's her name? Millie's not in it.
Not yet.
She's gonna?
I don't really know. Possibly.
It's trash. Get rid of it.
It's different. And I'm interested to see how you two either hate it or don't. But it's, and I mean, the CG also work in it is really good too. So
I like his design.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Well, we'll find out when you watch it. But anyway.
Wait, I have a topic.
Uh-huh.
Because it's relevant.
Okay.
So next week I'm going to Miku Expo.
Okay.
It's here. It's time. So I don't know if you've heard all the drama. Have you heard? Hatsune Miku is being sued.
Oh, isn't it because it's like it's no longer a hologram? Mm-hmm. It's like just a TV.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did hear about that. I needed you to say something first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So what's?
I get to go see my TV next week.
Yeah. Like what's? I mean, I've never really understood the point in general when you could just watch it and get the same kind of vibe. But like, I get it, you're in a crowd.
I don't have a hologram at home.
Well,
I do have a TV at home.
Yeah, now you're gonna go pay a bunch of money to see a TV.
When I bought the tickets, it was for a hologram.
Yeah, so like, is there a reason that they stated?
No. So they said on the websites that it was going to be the hologram.
Oh, so then that's totally a rightful way to sue.
Yeah, and so people who had screenshots are like suing, but not everybody took fucking screenshots of that because they weren't expecting them to like fucking just change that.
Right.
And so, so like there are a couple venues that people do have screenshots of that. I don't think there is a screenshot of my venue that somebody got because, again, like, why would you screenshot the description? Like, I think these people just happen to have a screenshot because they like sent it to somebody or something. So then they're like, oh my God, I had this screenshot and it says in it that it was the hologram or like whatever. But they have gone through and changed the description on all of them, and it does not say hologram on any of them. But, people, you can find posts of people showing, like, the change and that they've changed that and all the different, like, proof and everything. So that's why she's being sued, because that's totally false advertisement, because she's supposed to be a hologram.
Right.
And they're just not doing that. This tour is done by Crunchyroll, and they're just fucking everybody over.
I'm going to assume that that's not necessarily on them. They're
no,
just the
it
host.
is.
I mean, I would assume that they needed to be provided
All
the equipment, and if they're not,
other tours who were not Crunchyroll have done the hologram. This is the first tour ever that has not done the hologram
in America.
I think this might be her first North American tour, or this is her first tour back since COVID, maybe.
Just because, like, normally, I mean, it is on Crunchyroll to be like, hey, give us the equipment. But, like, if they're not given the equipment, it seems like, because I'm imagining they're more like a sponsor than something.
If it was that they didn't get the equipment, I feel like their response would have been like, hey, I'm sorry, but we weren't provided.
I'm just assuming things. They might have still fucked it up.
Basically said, fuck you. This is our tour. We'll think about changing it next time. Sorry, nobody's getting their fucking money back. Like, that's basically like what it said. Because everybody was, emailing them being like, give us our fucking money back. Because it's like, I didn't pay nothing. I paid after like fees and shit, probably like, I can't remember the exact amount, but like, because, fees are fucking stupid and shit on Ticketmaster.
Oh, absolutely.
Maybe between like 180 and 190 for 2 tickets. That is not GA. That is the first ring around in seats.
Right.
So, for anything GA, those were VIP tickets, and each seat was like
they also
hundreds.
Understocked on glow sticks.
Yeah, that's like a huge thing.
My God.
For a whole stadium, they have like 40, but that's a huge thing about any Miku concert is having like the glow sticks. I don't know if you've ever
it is what it says. 95 glow sticks
because
at the
they
event.
say that you can't have your own because it messes with the hologram that doesn't fucking exist.
Right.
So because that's a huge thing is like having the glow stick change color, and that's like a huge thing in like K-pop and J-pop and everything, being able to change colors and like for who you support and whatever. But so for a Vocaloid concert, normally those are bought there and it changes colors automatically. So like they have set that up themselves to be almost part of the performance. So it's like already set up that it'll change. So like it's not just a Hatsune Miku concert. There's other Vocaloids then. So, like, if, Luca comes up, she's pink. So, like, your stick, instead of being blue for Miku, it's now pink for Luca. Like, that kind of thing. So it's part of the experience and fun and everything, and then and like Oshinoko with the little fucking dance that you could do, and like it's just a fun part of it. So 95 fucking glow sticks for an entire stadium,
right,
is an upsetting thing because they're
also it's not run by Crunchyroll. It doesn't seem.
It's
the people. A lot of
the
these
glow
articles,
sticks or the whole thing.
I think the whole thing. A lot of these articles are saying that they reached out to a corporation called Krypton Future Media, not Crunchyroll. So,
but it's Crunchyroll's tour.
I think it's more that they're just sponsoring it.
I don't know.
Because I don't think they've done tours ever. So I think they might just sponsor it, because it's in America and people in America use Crunchyroll.
I don't know.
I don't know that. I'm just assuming.
That's what. When I was looking at, because all this
Because
drama
a lot of
came
these
out,
say they're reaching out to other people. So
all this drama came out while I was still in Japan, because it started while I was in Japan.
Right.
And so when I was looking it up, it was saying it was Crunchyroll, and I do know that it was Crunchyroll's tour. It said it was Hatsune Miku with Crunchyroll, so I don't know.
Yeah, it seems more like.
And Crunchyroll is the one who said fuck you. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the response from these people were mostly like, we'll continue to refine and make it better for fans.
So maybe they both released kind of just fuck you. So maybe that is what it is. They did it together, and Crunchyroll sponsored them, and then Crunchyroll.
I mean, not that Crunchyroll hasn't done shitty things in the past. So, I mean, I'm not saying they haven't done it. I'm not trying to.
But just that Crunchyroll has to release the same statement that they do, kind of thing. So it's not up to them. I don't know.
Plus, I mean, realistically, if they went with a negative response about it,
exactly,
then they
legally,
would probably not get deals later. So
legally, they probably have to just come out with the same thing. So maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But whatever. I don't care who the fuck did it. That's not the. I'm still gonna use Crunchyroll, so I don't give a shit who did it.
Right.
That doesn't matter to me if it was Krypton, it was Crunchyroll. I don't give a shit who did it.
You need to keep getting your Miku figures from somewhere.
I don't think they. I mean, I do buy it on Crunchyroll. I guess that's true, but I only do that because I get a discount. So, but. I don't care who did it. Just bring the fucking hologram back, because you're right. I have a fucking TV at home. You have a giant fucking TV downstairs. I can just come here. I don't fucking need. There's no fucking point. And
I guess you could argue it's
the crowd.
Well, yeah, because
But I'm not in the crowd.
Oh, well, that's on you more than anything else. I was gonna say, because when we went to go see Death Clock.
Yeah. We were in seats.
And it's just on the TV. I mean, there are people in the band that you can see, but they're in darkness. It's about the TV. So, it's kind of the same vibe as that, I guess. And that was still fun.
I wasn't there for them, though.
I mean, yeah, but it was still fun.
I was there for Baby Metal, so.
Yeah.
Is it the same thing?
I mean,
I don't know, because I didn't go for them, so.
Sure, but
I can't say so. Because I didn't buy tickets for them. So I never was buying tickets for their TV. And are you buying it for that, or are you buying it for the live band?
Well, I mean, but Miku's never live.
But
right? I assume. There's not a band.
There is a band.
Oh, all right. So then you're still getting.
But I don't think anyone's buying it for the band. So it's the exact opposite. You're buying it for the hologram and not the live band. But people have been like, this fucking sucks, this TV sucks, but at least the live band rocks. But they're in a fucking cage in the back, stuck. You can't see them.
I mean, I feel like that's at the very least, there's the live music, and I mean, you're not in the crowd, but that feels like more of a you move than anything else.
But you have never needed to be in the crowd. So when I bought my tickets last year, when this was announced...
Right.
There was no reason for me to need to buy $300 VIP tickets.
Oh. Well, because I was just going off the assumption that, because any concert I've ever seen of Miku is always the people, in essentially the pit, with the fucking thing.
Yeah,
so I always assume that's the default.
Well, it's not it's like any concert, how there's GA, but there's also
Yeah, because like usually if I'm going somewhere, I usually go GA if I can.
Yes, but for Miku, those are only VIP tickets. There is no like basic,
which is interesting.
GA.
Since, like metal concerts are still GA. They're not VIP, and the whole point is that you're somewhere where you can like mosh.
I think it's because
you're closer to the. Well, no, because you could argue that same thing with the bands, the actual bands.
I couldn't tell you actually. I don't know, but the point was I wasn't gonna do it. Like I was just like, there's no need, and especially because I wasn't gonna go by myself, and I was dragging Ryan with me. I needed to pay for 2 tickets.
Yeah.
So I definitely wasn't gonna spend $600.
Yeah.
To
I mean, no,
buy
yeah,
2.
I wouldn't either. But I'm surprised.
Even though I would have loved to be right there and seen it with like the hologram and stuff. Like it's just not affordable or something
just
that
sneak your way in.
Like I'd love to, but I'm pretty sure it's not that easy. But so. But so when I was buying it, I was like, this is fine. So basically, like, if this is it and where the hologram is, I'm like right here, which would be no problem with a hologram.
Right.
But because it's a TV, I'm not going to be able to see anything.
Right.
Because it's a TV. So I'm just fucked. So I've just paid $200 to hear a live band because you can't see them.
Yeah.
They're in a cage that you can't even see the cage.
Right.
It's a hidden cage. I only know that they're in a cage because the drummer posted his own video. Like he has like a GoPro kind of thing and he posted his own video and you can see the cage. Everyone's like, why are you in a cage? Like, what is happening?
Got to make sure that they don't get loose.
Yeah, I gotta know.
Animals, the drummer.
Yeah, they might break the TV or something.
Yeah.
And then it's like, why is this such a small TV? Why don't they have a bigger TV or something? Like, that's the other, like, weirder thing. I don't know. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it's fucking weird. And then the other thing that's, like, pissing me off is, like, people complaining, being like, it was actually really fun and it was actually, like, really cool. And then people being like, where are your seats? And I was like, I was in GA. And it was like, shut the fuck up. Yeah, you were right in front so you could see her. Duh. And then anybody else who was posting from their seats, like where you can not fucking see her, especially at certain angles, like when she walks to
Put Miku in the sphere. Everyone could see her then.
When she walks to the other side, you can sometimes see her, but when she walks to the other side, you can't see her at all. She's gone. Like, then you're like, oh, there she goes. And they're like posting these videos and it's like,
put Miku in the sphere.
Like,
actually, not everyone would be able to see her if she was in the sphere.
Because I don't know. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And it's like,
a Miku concert probably would fuck in the sphere though.
Yeah, I don't know. They fucked it all. They fucked it all. Anything would be better, really.
Anything?
I don't know. Maybe not.
Just have like a person in a Miku costume. Just.
Actually, that would be better because at least everybody can see her. So, like, at least she'd be 3D, you know?
Just poorly dancing.
Yeah, I would prefer that, you know? The live band and then her just... I would prefer that.
Just the entire concert.
Yes, that would be fine with me. Like, you know, like those, I don't know if you've
seen...
Like
a bad cosplay.
I was about to say, if you've ever seen the really shitty, like, she has, like, a really fat mascot. She's like a really fat mascot suit. It's like one of her original, like, Nendoroid looking. It's like really fat. Wait, I have to show you it. That. I'm picturing that and then just... I would honestly rather that than not being able to see anything, so...
Well, while you're looking this up... Mm-hmm. All right, we should also talk about the fact that you went to Japan and how it went. Yes,
it was amazing. It's so much better than the United States. And every day,
you get profiled?
I am depressed. No, not really. Everybody is very nice.
I mean, that's good. I've heard, I've heard like 2 people that I know that are like, yeah, I had some cops walk up to me and be like, why are you here?
Nope.
But
Where
most
were
people, I
they?
haven't heard that. So just in Tokyo.
In Tokyo? Not even like the countryside? No. Tokyo?
Yeah.
Do they look sketchy?
The regular looking people.
Like, I'm just like a sweet little blonde girl. Like, what are they going to be like? Why are you here? Like, nobody said anything to me.
But no, it was good?
Yeah.
So, were you only in major cities, or did you go out to the countryside at any point?
So 10 of the days, I was on a cruise, and we went around, and we went to different places.
I don't think I knew you were on a cruise in there.
Yeah, I wish I didn't though. That was the worst.
I was
gonna
say like, but I also hate cruises. So
it sounded good on paper because
most cruises do.
We wouldn't have gone to all of those places had we not have done the cruise.
Right.
So on paper, in theory, we were like, bet, like that sounds great, like awesome. And especially because, you know, you can do like excursions with the cruise, which is also stuff you probably wouldn't have done on your own kind of thing in theory, but they just fucking sucked. The boat was old as hell. Like it wasn't great, like at all.
Yeah.
Wish we just didn't fucking do it and we just had more time to do whatever the fuck we wanted. Like it absolutely was like the worst part of the trip.
Yeah, no, I've always been anti-cruise. I've been on like 3, and I hate them all.
Well,
and I've only ever gone on them because they were free.
Why did you get? Oh, because like your parents paid?
No,
you won cruises.
No, when I was a fireman, we started
you?
doing like if you were in for a certain amount of time, like it was like a. Oh, okay.
Like I'm picturing that, and just
yeah.
like the fat Miku suit.
Like giant bobblehead.
Yeah.
When you were in after a certain amount of time and they started doing this, you were able to go. If it was 3 years, it was you. 5 years, you and someone else could go, and they would fund it.
Where did you go?
Caribbean areas. I don't even fucking remember where.
What cruise line?
Royal?
I heard they're not great.
Maybe. Well, okay. There's multiple problems with me and cruises. One, I don't drink.
You don't have to drink.
If you don't have to drink if you have people to hang out with.
I
didn't hang out with anybody, and I didn't have a date or anything. So like and most of the people I was going with are like 50 plus because they're all in the firehouse and they're volunteers. So like there was no one for me to hang out with, and I am awful at just approaching people. So like it's just not a vibe of a thing that I like to do, and then you're just stuck on the boat for days. And if you don't gamble and you don't drink,
so that
like,
wasn't a thing for like our Japan cruise because we were docked every single day.
So I'm guessing it was like a river cruise kind of thing.
Yeah, because we docked.
I have
every
heard
single day.
those, and those seem a little better, but I still wouldn't do it.
Again,
I would just drive.
In theory,
Or take a train.
We were like, this is fine. This
Right.
is great. Because again, we're docking every single day. But right before we got there, they decided to shave like 12 hours off of our trip. And every day that we were docked, they just shortened by multiple hours. So say we were supposed to have like 8 hours in a port. They were like, nah, you're going to have like 5 hours in this port. And mind you, the time that you have in a port, you don't actually have that much time in a port because one, you have to spend that time getting off of the boat. You're not just immediately like teleported out, like
shoved off.
Yeah, like you have to spend the time online because everybody's trying to get off the boat. Like people aren't going to choose to stay on the boat. The whole point is to get the fuck off of the boat. So everybody's trying to at once. And then you're also, so you have to do that. You have to do security. A bunch of the times we had to do immigration because one of the days we went to Korea. So that day we had to do immigration.
You were in Korea?
And then the next day we had to go back through immigration because we went back to Japan. So we had to do immigration like 3 different times. And then so then that takes up time. And then also at the end, you don't get to just get there at the end. You have to be there early because you have to wait on the line to get back on the bus. So you actually only have like
aware.
3.5 hours at the port. So like, again, in theory, like this sounded great, but like you don't actually have any of that time. So like it was great because we were like, oh, this area is really nice and we know that we really like it and this would be like a good place to go. But and again, we wouldn't have gone to those places on our own. But at the same time, it was shitty because I feel like it didn't even serve me a purpose of being like, oh, I really want to go back there because I liked them all. And I had like 3.5 hours there. So I want to go back to all of them. So it didn't do anything for me.
Yeah. I mean, probably at this point, I feel like I'm just going to have to plan a Japan trip for next year, which I'm really mad about, but whatever. And I think I'm just going to bail on most of this fucking friend group and be like, I'm just going to do it.
I think you can get some of them.
I'm sure, but it's also a fucking wrangling cats. So like,
I think they're worse. I think it's like wrangling pigs. Like it's definitely worse than cats. Like,
I don't know. You're pretty hard to wrangle.
No, it's definitely worse. Like it's like, you know, when you see the like how they have those competitions with the pigs. It's like that. It's definitely like that.
It's
they grease up the pigs. You gotta grab the pigs.
I've also gotta somehow convince Kieran to do it, but I was like earlier. I
thought he said he would go.
He did, but now
he's backing out.
I have no idea. He doesn't have a passport, so that's gonna be the first step.
Oh, I need to.
Or he has one, but it's expired. So.
Yeah, I have to renew my passport.
I finally did that.
I have to do that ASAP.
Yeah,
because mine expires in like 8 months or something. But by the time I'm gonna want to travel, it's gonna. So I should just do it now.
Honestly, yeah, just go to the post office. Like because
did they take your picture there?
Mm-hmm. Okay. I walked in. I was like, hey, I need a picture, and he was like, yeah, just standing against that white wall.
You just walk in. You don't make an appointment.
Well, I mean, I went basically at 9 a.m. because I was already up. I went to the gym, and after the gym, I just showered and left before work because I was like, I mean, I probably could have went during work, but I was like, if I go early, there's not going to be a lot of people there.
I thought you have to like make an appointment for these types of things.
So that's why Mom said. She was like, you probably have to, but I was like, well, because she was saying she was in the post office like the other day when I was talking to her about this, and she was like, there was someone there, and they were like, oh, you didn't make an appointment. Like, there's people here that we need to be helping first. And I was like, well, I'm going to go when they like at 9 a.m. There's not going to be a fucking line at 9 a.m. And so I literally just walked in. I was the only person in there, and I went, hi, I have all the passport stuff. Can I just get the picture? And they were like, yeah. So you printed the forms out online? No. So originally I went to I went to the post office in the mall.
Didn't even know there was a post office in the mall.
Yeah. But also they have the forms at any post office. But I went there originally because that's where I got mine originally. So I was like, oh, maybe they just like do stuff here. And I was like, oh, hey, can you help me out with this? He was like, oh, we don't do that anymore. We used to. So he was like, but here's the forms. And then he was like, here's the money you need to send them. Here's the form.
How
fill
much
it out.
was it?
130.
These bitches.
Well, I mean, yeah. It's more if you want to expedite it. But I was like, I asked the guy, I was like, how long does it usually take? I was like, someone told me 6 months. He was like, 6 months? No, it's like 6 to 8 weeks.
It was taking 6 months.
He was like, no, 6 to 8 weeks. And I was like, cool. And he was like, if you expedite it, it's like 2 to 4. And I was like, I'm not going anywhere in 6 to 8 weeks. So don't worry about it. So yeah, it was honestly super quick. I just walked in. I was like, can I get my picture? And he was like, yeah, just don't smile. And I was like, cool. And he took the picture. And then he was like, all right, cool, you're done.
Just got to take a mug shot.
Well, yeah, because they don't want you smiling in the pictures. And then so he like, and then
no joy.
Yeah, I took out the thing. He looked at the check. He was like, yep, that's going to the right place. He looked at the form. He was like, yep, you filled out all the right stuff. Cool. He stapled the picture into where it's supposed to go and put it all together.
You think they do it because they're like, nobody in the airport's going to be happy. We're not going to be able to recognize them if they smile in their passport.
Technically, you're not supposed to smile on a driver's license either.
I don't think I'm smiling.
Yeah, I'm not either. I also remembered today. I was looking at my license for whatever reason, and I forgot that I'm still the height that I was when I was 16 on my license. So I'm 5'7".
How tall are you now?
5'10". Average, like by 5'11".
So did you change it?
No, it's still 5'7".
Okay.
I'm just gonna leave it. But like, I just think it's funny.
Can't you get in trouble for that?
Probably not.
I think you can.
I don't know. Maybe.
Because it's like that. It's not who you are.
Look, man, I don't know.
Like, you had a growth spurt at fucking, how old are you, 27?
I got a growth spurt probably within the time frame of me turning 16 to 17 within that year.
Yeah, but like, it's...
How many people are going to take my license, look at everything that is accurate about me, and then me standing there and be like, you're not 5'7". I just... Okay, that's right. All right.
I feel like I'm wearing my heels right now.
Sir, you are barefoot?
You're not barefoot yet when you talk to them.
Maybe I'm barefoot in the car. They don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah, I thought that was funny. Anyway, yeah, it's super quick, honestly. You can just, if you go to the post office, they'll have all the shit, and you just do it
I didn't
there.
realize that they take your photo there. My mom was like talking about that you have to go to like CVS or some shit to get your photo taken, and then
the one in my town does. So
I mean, I can't just go to your town and get it done.
you sure can. And then just
I'm
have
here
it,
in your town. It happens.
and then just have a check ready, so in case
It has
it
to
happens.
be a check. I can't give cash.
No, you can't send cash in the mail normally.
Why not?
You're not supposed to do that.
Why not?
Because people could just take it.
Then they can take my passport. You have to mail the old one, don't you?
Yeah, they give it back to you though. I did learn that.
So then,
You're not supposed to mail cash.
but they can take if they're taking.
You don't have a checkbook.
No.
You don't have to send checks.
So I'm
ever?
gonna have to go walk to the bank and I'll be like, "Can I have a check?"
I mean, I can do it through my app on my banking app.
How?
I just like it's an option in my app for the bank. It's like then like one of those like stuff I can just apply for checks.
And then
they mail it to me.
then you have to wait for it to mail. I'd rather just go into the bank and be like, give me a check.
Mine did it in 2 days.
Oh, so maybe I'll look. I don't know.
But yeah, you don't have checks.
Maybe I do.
I mean, I use them
definitely don't
so infrequently.
I definitely
but I needed
don't
them.
fucking have a checkbook. I have a checking account.
Well,
Does
yeah.
that mean I have checks?
No, you need to get the checks.
So then I don't know.
But like no, because I mean I barely use
I'm
it,
gonna
but
ask them for
I've needed a few times where I need
with
checks.
the little kittens on it. Like, can I just have one? Like I've had checks before because I had to have a fucking voided check for the fucking
That's what I've
bank.
needed to do,
I mean, for the fucking gym. So I had to go into the bank. So I've had checks.
I needed to do that for like stuff for school or trips or whatever.
So I've had checks before, but again, I don't have a checkbook. I just went into the bank and I said, "Give me a check."
Oh no! I mean, I didn't have to do that. I just have a checkbook.
But you have like a mobile checkbook, which is interesting. So
Well, I mean,
what'd you do in your app?
It's literally just like one of the options that I can do is like, oh, order checks.
I'm gonna talk to the AI thing. Like check.
Also, this is. I said this to Anthony the other day when I had to do this, and he was like, "You're such a loser." This is gonna sound like the most fucking Gen Z thing ever on the planet, and I admit that prior. But every time I have to write a check, because it is so infrequent, I have to look up on the internet how to write a check. And he's like, "You're a fucking loser."
I mean, that's what I have to do when I have to write mail. I don't know how to write mail, so like how to like mail something, like where
name, address,
like where,
zip code.
where to put it on the like thing and make sure I'm putting the exact thing, like, and then like the return to like I have to look all that up. So
well, return to sender I usually don't bother with, but if I do, I mean, I my mom has like stamps that have the return address on it, and I can just use theirs. They're close enough to me.
That's true.
But. Yeah, I every time I'm like, and I understand generally how to write a check. I just forget like which order is like, oh, which one would you write for January rent, and which one do you, and then like what line is like, oh, for landlord or billing company or whatever. Like I always just mix those two up, and I'm like, I'm not gonna write this fucking wrong and then send it to wherever, and then be like, oh hey, this didn't work.
Yeah.
So, But yeah, so I just always look it up, and Anthony's like, you're such a fucking zoomer. And I'm like, all right, man, shut up. You're only a year older than me.
Damn.
But anyway, Japan.
I don't want 80 checks. That's the least amount of checks it'll let me do online.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's going to give you a bunch of checks. But then you just put them in your fucking closet, and then you
I
have
don't
them forever.
want 80 checks. Like, I could just walk in, and they'll give me 1 check. I don't want 80.
But then you don't have to walk into your bank anytime you need a check.
The bank's not that far from me.
All right, man, you do you.
Anyways, Japan.
Yeah.
What do you want to know?
I don't know. Did you buy a bunch of shit?
Yes. I had 3 suitcases.
Did you fill all 3?
Yes. I had to buy another suitcase. So, and then Ryan had 2 suitcases.
You didn't want to just ship the stuff back to you?
I couldn't figure it out. And then I got nervous. I just bought another suitcase because I was like, I don't want to do this.
Jesus Christ. It's so much more money than just shipping it
They
back
were
to
mostly
you.
just figures. So it's mostly what I bought.
What was the majority of figures? Was there one that was like
Nino.
Jesus
they're all Nino.
And you're getting a new show.
There's a movie. I'm so confused. What's happening?
Yeah,
they're coming out.
The
with
honeymoon
more,
or whatever. What was it?
The honeymoon arc.
Yeah.
But I'm confused what that means because they're supposed to be coming out with a movie for each girl, like their own ending.
Sure.
Right. I think they should have done from the beginning. I think that's a smart move.
No, you commit. I disagree. You commit.
He chose the wrong one first off.
I mean, yes, but you commit.
I guess. But he should have committed picking one that made sense. I'm not saying it.
In the story, it made sense.
It didn't.
No, because she was the original.
You have to put spoiler tags. I didn't say shit, and now you have outed it. So make sure you put spoiler tags.
No, well, I didn't say the name. I just said she was the original. That's not spoiler.
All right.
And
that's
if they,
true.
yeah,
that's true. That's fine.
And the only way they know the name is if they've already looked up information.
You're right. That's fine.
But she was the original.
Okay.
So I mean,
yeah, you're right. Fine.
That makes perfect sense.
Fine. But besides that, there's no chemistry. There's nothing else.
I mean, yeah.
Besides original. So there were 3 good options. One of them being my girl.
I wonder who that is.
I don't know. And I'm not saying it had to be her. Obviously, I think that's the best pick and I want it to be her. But there were 3 good picks and I would have been fine with him picking any of those. And that would have made sense to me. And I would have been like, okay. Like, because I don't think that, it has to be like my pick and I'll be all like, I'd like it to be, but it doesn't have to be. I think that the other 2 made sense. So that would have been fine. But the one that was picked didn't make any sense. So if that was going to be the answer, then yeah, making an ending for all of them, I think that makes sense.
I'm more on the boat of you commit. He wrote the story the way he wrote it.
He only wrote it because of his wife.
Yeah.
Because his wife was like, well, if that one's based off of me, then she wins, right?
I mean,
so he fucked it. He backed himself into a corner.
It's the same. It's the same problem that To Love Ru did, where the like best friend character that's like the best girl.
They have such cute figures. I have to watch it just so I can start getting their figures.
You're gonna hate the show.
Damn it!
It's very cute though.
That's the other thing of what is it?
Because you hate fan service.
It's okay sometimes. Like
it's pure fan service.
Like too much.
It is a fan service show.
Oh, because like Quintessential has fan service in it, but I don't know. It's not too much.
It's
fuck.
There is nudity in the show.
Fuck.
But I'm forgetting her name, but the blue-haired girl. She is based off of his wife, and then they got a divorce.
Oh.
So he kind of just stopped writing her entirely. Because so,
that's awkward.
Yeah, so like he now she can never win because
it's awkward.
Yeah. So like
yikes.
So like I mean, to be fair, they were kind of like going the harem route anyway, but like it's just funny that she just kind of stops being important to the story. She still like shows up, but she's no longer like as funny. Important as she was.
That's actually really funny.
But yeah, so same thing, but that's why you don't make things off who you're married to or dating.
I guess so. Or at least you don't blatantly say it. You keep that shit inside your head and you don't say it out loud. But yeah, so whatever. You either rewrite the ending, like, some animes have done. You rewrite the ending or choose your own adventure and you do all of it. But that's what I heard that they were coming out with. And then all of a sudden the show is doing the honeymoon arc. So what the fuck is that? Is that going off of the first movie? and it's their honeymoon.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume it's their honeymoon.
But they're coming out with everybody's
But the movies are not canon.
At the same time, so why? And also at the same time, like, what the fuck are they gonna do with the honeymoon art? Like, what is it gonna be? I don't think. I mean,
all of them crash their honeymoon.
Like, is it literally gonna be their honeymoon? I wasn't thinking it was like literally the honeymoon. Like,
I mean, I would assume.
I was
thinking, That's who.
Oh, I was thinking like the honeymoon phase. Like, I was thinking when they start dating. I wasn't thinking their literal honeymoon.
Oh, I mean, I guess, but no, I would assume honeymoon.
Oh.
I would assume their actual honeymoon. But to be fair, they are all going, aren't they? Wasn't that how that movie ends?
Yeah.
So, I mean.
But I wasn't thinking that.
And it's going to be them annoyed, I'm sure.
But that would be like OVA. Like, that would. You can't do a whole season off of their fucking. Maybe you can. I don't know how much content they have in a fucking honeymoon. But, like. I wouldn't think that. I would think that's like a OVA special movie, whatever.
I mean, I feel like there's enough content there. It's just going to be hijinks the entire time.
I guess. But I was thinking, like, the honeymoon arc was like the honeymoon phase of them starting to date. But I think that too many people wouldn't like that, because if it's just based off of, like, the one girl and her dating him, and so many people don't like I don't want to watch that, because, you know,
but
like,
maybe it'll make them work more, like make more sense. Maybe there's going to be the chemistry build.
I guess so, but I don't think that's in the manga. So is it just anime only? Like,
I mean, he's probably working on it, I would assume, in some capacity. Maybe he wrote
but
the story outline.
I didn't even know this was happening. Like, that's why
I mean, it was just announced.
I know. That's why I was like, what is this?
I am going to assume it's committing to the end.
I don't.
The other movies are for the people that are complaining, and then they're
coming out with so much content for them. They just released more.
Actually, it's totally not for the people complaining. We could still make money off of this franchise.
True.
We're gonna make movies for everyone that is bitching about it, because it'll make us money.
Yeah, they just released Vice Schwartz cards for them. They haven't even like come out for like English. They were in Japan, like they had just come out, and now they're coming out with another one. So like it was off of the movie, and then there's another one coming out, and then they haven't even come out for English yet, and they're already coming out with more Vice Schwartz cards. Like, I'm just like, hold up, like, right. I haven't gotten a chance to do anything yet. Like my wallet, I can't do anything. Hold on.
Look, you already bought $1 billion worth of figures in Japan, I'm sure.
Oh, it's so cheap. It was so cheap.
Although everyone you sent me was still expensive.
No, no, they were cheap.
They were still like $100-some.
That's so cheap.
I mean,
That's literally so cheap. Like, all of those, I was literally thinking of getting those Anohana ones, and I didn't even like that anime that much. I thought it was cute. Like, I thought. Yeah, I thought it was cute and everything. I don't remember what I rated it. 7, 8, something like that. It was cute. Like. Yeah. I didn't think it was amazing, but those figures were just cute, and I think they were rare figures. So I was like, do I just like get this right now? Like, I didn't know, especially that one, the like scale figure of her. I was really thinking about getting that one. Yeah, I was thinking about getting that one. It was really cute.
Yeah, well, that one was still $220.
It was really cute. I don't know, but. No, like all the figures I got a lot of quintessential.
Oh yeah,
figures.
You sent me a lot of Gurren Lagann stuff, and then
and a lot of.
Then there was something for certain series. Just
I
posters, like the giant billboard or whatever.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff of that. They had there's these like their pachinko
game. I thought about almost telling you to buy that for me. I was just so curious what it would be like a Spice and Wolf DS game.
Yeah.
What would that game be? I almost asked you to get it because I was just so curious.
Do you think it's a dating sim? Like,
I wouldn't think so.
I don't know.
But I almost was like, hey, can you buy it? But I think by the time I responded to that one, like I think that was when you sent it when I was like asleep, and I was like, you're not there anyway.
You never answered any of my messages.
Most of the time you sent them when I was asleep.
But it doesn't matter.
And then when I woke up, I would look at them, and then I'd be like, oh, I should respond to this.
And
but
then
I was in the middle here, and then I forget.
And then you didn't. And I was just like, you fucking bitch. I was just like, don't respond to me one more fucking time. I swear to God. Like, I was just like, do it again. Like, because I was like, oh wow, Mike will love this, and I was so nicely like thinking, oh, Mike will love it. Mike will love it.
Yeah, no,
like,
that one I was like, I almost, but I was like, it's been hours.
Because you literally told me to do that.
Yeah.
And then nothing. I don't even get a reply back. Not even a like nothing.
Because it would be, I'd wake up in the morning. I would wake up in the morning and be like, oh, Brad, I should respond to this, but like I need to get ready, so I need to shower or whatever. I have work, like I got to do something.
Replying,
and I would just forget.
Takes so fucking long. You could have just said Brad.
You also don't reply to things, don't you? Fucking. You're one of the worst people at that.
I probably haven't read it though. You read it and then didn't respond.
I mean, sure, but you don't know that. I don't have receipts turned on.
So.
Also,
you told me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Also, by the way, if you're gonna watch To Love Ru, it's pretty quick. Most every season is like 12 episodes, except for the first. It's 26.
I don't know. We'll see.
I don't think it's gonna be a you show, but the designs are cute and characters are cute.
Yeah, they got nice figures.
Both literally and figuratively.
I guess.
I mean, that's what the show's about.
Well.
Also, in that same vein, apparently the studio that does the High School DxD anime, that's been 10 years, they were just like, hey, we got news for you tomorrow. So that anime might be coming back.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay.
So that anime might be coming back.
You'll have to tell me what that is.
Sure. If it pops up on my feed again.
Okay.
I will. But yeah, so I said Sage. I was like, the goat returns.
Horrible. Awful. That show is awful.
I mean, yeah. But anyway, yeah. So wait, so how many figures did you end up with? Did you count them, or is it just 3? Is it just by suitcase?
I was playing Tetris. I had to turn down a lot of figures because I didn't have room. Sadly.
God, I wonder if you actually figured out how to ship stuff back home. How much boxes it would have been.
How much money I would have spent.
All right. So Quintessential was the most. Did you have a second most?
ReZero, probably. I didn't get as many figures as I thought, again, because I had to turn a lot down.
Right.
So I got a Bride Nino that I've wanted for like a long time. Sadly, when I opened her, she wasn't as nice as like the pictures. Luckily, I got it in Japan, so it was cheaper than like it would have been online. She's like a very sought out figure, so like there's a lot of price gouging for her. So anything that I find online for her, she's like triple the price of what I got her in Japan. And I actually found her for like, after I had already purchased her in a different town, I actually found her for like $30 cheaper, $40 cheaper.
Should have bought it twice and then sold it for more money.
Well, I didn't have space because my friend actually wanted me to get it like for him, and one, he told me too late that I was like already running to get back to the cruise, so one, I couldn't go back for it because of that, but two, it had a huge fucking box that I was like, this one is like, actually I can't get two of them, because like that would have been a good option, but it just wasn't possible. So like that sucked, because when I saw the price, I was like, I think this is way fucking cheaper than what I paid. But mind you, I already paid way cheaper than, what I got. So it's whatever. So I got a giant Bride Nino. I got a date version of Itsuki. I got a bunny girl version of Nino or Itsuki. I think I got the bunny version of Nino because I already bought the bunny version of Itsuki online. So then I saw the Nino one there. So I was buying to like match it. Whichever one I didn't buy online, I bought the other one there. So whichever it was, I don't know. But I have Nino and Itsuki now because of that. And I saw Miku too, like not this Miku, but like their Miku, and I thought about getting her, but again, like I had to turn down figures, so I was like, she's my third, so I was like, sorry, Miku, I don't have space, because I also wanted,
fake fan.
I wanted Miku's date version, and I couldn't get that because I didn't have the space because the box is too big, so I only got, because I already have Nino's date version, so I only got Itsuki's date version, but I wanted Miku's date version, but I couldn't fit it. I actually want the date version of all of them, including Ichika, only because I feel bad for Ichika. Like if I get all of them, including Yotsuba, and then don't get Ichika. And I think that they're cute.
But Ichika sucks.
She does suck. But I do think that they're all like a cute figure. So that would be one that I'm okay with, like getting the full set. And they were like way cheaper there. And specifically for the quintuplets, depending on which one it was, their price varied. So instead, when you find the date version, like say in America, all of them will be the same price. Depending on the quint, say like Nino's the most expensive, Ichika's the cheapest, Yotsuba's in the middle, like depending on their popularity, they'll have it priced that way. So, Ichika being $80, but this figure is worth $135, I was like, what say less? Like, but again, like I didn't have the space. I already bought another fucking suitcase. Like, so.
God, the amount of money in suitcase fees, baggage fees that you pay.
I didn't have any. I didn't have any baggage fees.
No?
Nothing.
Oh, all right. Well.
Yep. I didn't pay nothing in baggage.
Anyway.
So, yeah, but hold on, I'll go through the figures in the end. I got a Nazuna figure. It's just like a little prize figure of Nazuna from Call of the Night. It's actually really cute. I've never seen one of her. I feel like I got another Quint figure, but I'm blanking on it. I got Makima and Aki because I already have Denji and Power Nendroids. So now I have all 4 of them. I got Hatsune Miku's Vampire Nendroid. Because I don't know if that came out in America yet, but they had it there. I didn't get this, but they had... I was gonna get it, but we could only find one of it for like a good price because this was one that was mostly in claw machines, but we found it in a store for a good price, so Ryan ended up getting it. It was Rem in a bunny suit, but it was Subaru's tracksuit themed, so it was like
interesting.
It's cute. It's really cute. So I also wanted that, but we weren't winning the claw machines because like it's not like a basic claw machine. It's like the one where you have to like tip it over to like make it fun, and we just weren't good at them like doing that. We just didn't have the skill like for it.
Did you get any vending machine panties?
There were no vending machine panties.
Scam.
No.
I was lied to.
I definitely did not see any vending machine panties.
If you did.
Would I get any? How much are the vending machine panties?
I have no idea.
It depends on the price, I guess. But I definitely did not see any.
I was just curious if you'd be like, I kind of gotta. Like if I saw one, I feel like I'd be inclined to be like, that'd be a good bit.
Anytime I saw weird vending machines, I definitely went up to them. So
it could be a good bit to be like, yeah. Anyway, I got these at a vending machine.
Yeah, I definitely went up to them. Like I went up to like the, they had vending machines that had orange juice in them. Like they would squeeze like orange juice for you. The vending machine would. It was good.
I mean, they have hot and cold vending. They have hot vending machines too for like hot drinks. So.
Yeah, that's like the most normal thing there.
Yeah.
That's like the basic thing. I'm trying to think. I like took a bunch of pictures of like the different vending machines. So I was trying to think of what's weird.
I would assume that the panty based ones are probably in Akihabara.
Akibara?
Oh yeah. It's whatever.
I was like, what are you saying?
I think what I said
was
is
there.
a place,
I was there for multiple days. I stayed there for like 3 or 4 days.
It just seems like the place they would
I
be.
didn't see it. I mean, granted, I didn't go up and down every alley, but
I assume they're not predominantly like show it off in the main strip.
yeah, maybe. But that's like mainly where I got like my figures from and all the different like prices and stuff. I'm trying to think of what the fuck else did I get. Is that it? That can't be it.
I was right.
What?
I mean, it's short to Akiba, but it's Akihabara. It's the full name. I'm literally looking at the. I was like, I'm not wrong.
Nobody said it like that.
All right, well, I'm not Japanese. I can't pronounce it correctly. I'm sure I'm pronouncing it.
I think you're making it more complicated than it is.
What? I don't know, man. I could only do so much.
Akihabara.
Yeah.
I think you're just like putting too much pronunciation.
Emphasis, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think that's the problem.
Anyway.
Yeah. It's good enough.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching this week's episode of the Vaguely Anime Podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, leave a review, follow. You have 1 week to watch the the first season of Konosuba. And then, so get on that. Don't forget to check out Cat the Moonstar on Twitch. And we will see you guys next week for Anime Club.
Okay, bye.
Bye.